Hi everybody, today I'm going to do a little unboxing of this little Icon rechargeable floodlight. You get this at Harbor Freight. This original price is always at $55. I got this for $4, with a coupon they were having. And I decided to get one since, I want to have one for my, to fix up my cars and stuff. And it looks kind of familiar. We do got a Braun. And it looks almost exactly like it, only this one's smaller and this one's bigger. So I'm pretty sure they're the same. So we'll compare with that one. We do have a compatible with underhood floodlight system, compatible with that. You can try it on the bag if you want to. It's a water, dust, and impact resistant, strong magnet base, and 360 rotating head. And it says keep lens clear. Okay. And the model number for this guy is LWR2100. So here we got more information. Rechargeable floodlight, compatible with underhood floodlight system. As mentioned, water, dust, impact resistance for everyday wear and tear. 360 degree rotating head for multiple lighting position or directions, basically. The high is 210,000 lumens, 1,000 lumens, or 280 lumens for the low. And for the runtime, it depends. If you have it on high, only 2 hours and 30 minutes. 5 hours and 30 minutes for the medium, and 12 hours for low. And mostly, we usually use the high or low, so yeah. It's gonna last a while. It has a USB-C rechargeable, built-in 5,200 mAh power bank with usable USB output and battery level indicator. So we're gonna turn on, and it has 2 points, so it has some charge. And let's see, it says warning, very bright, do not look directly into the light. Obviously, if you want to go blind, you can go ahead, but I don't want to be going blind. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it on like this, and we'll see. So there's one. There's medium, I'm guessing that's high. So first it's low, which is pretty bright to me. Here's medium, and then here's high. It's really bright at high. So really bright. Good little guy. So for $55 looks decently, but we'll see. I am gonna compare it to this guy, and immediately off the bat you can tell this guy is way bigger than this little dude. Almost the same exact design, just this guy's bigger. So we're gonna unbox this and see what's the difference. So let's start. I think there's nothing there, so let's start right here. I wonder if the battery's starting to go out. Doesn't say anything. But it was a little tough to get this guy cut. Nothing in there. Let's see. I show Paul to get the plastic. Here we are. And it's a big light. Look at that. He's really big. With an Icon 2100 lumen rechargeable floodlight. Keep lens clear. You do get, an owner's manual. So let's see. Does it say the warranty? You only get a limited 90-day warranty. And it's just an owner's manual, which is, useful. It tells you which, you don't need to, but charge time, it says 3 hours. Great to have 2 of these, you could use it. Let's see, and we do get, USB to C type cable, there we go. And here's where you'll charge it. And you can also use it to charge something else if you like it. Kind of exactly like this guy, only this guy doesn't have that option where you can recharge it, It just, you charge and that's it. Like an option, you can recharge your phone or anything like that. Looks like the same exact on the base, just as I mentioned, a bit bigger. Only this one doesn't have, anymore, it's just magnets now. The back looks almost exactly the same, only, as I mentioned, bigger. Almost the same exact design. Caution, this and that, to prevent heat damage or fire to the light, as well as other objects. Please make sure do not place the light facing down or place the light which may accidentally fall face down while on. Do not cover the lens with any external objects, and do not place the light with a face when the face touching or nearly touching. Well, sounds like this guy could cause fires. Well, there we are. He is 360 tilt. You know, there we are. He's up, and then there he is down. You just turn him around, and there we go. We're back. Looks like a nice little flashlight, honestly. Really bright too. Really bright. And in case you want a comparison, I do have an iPhone 15 Pro right here. The regular, not the Max. Should give you an estimate how big the little guy is. I mean, you know, it's a pretty big boy. And then here is the other one. Just way smaller. So you see a huge difference between this guy and this guy. He's a little small, this one's a bit big. Almost the same design. It has like little flakes here as this one would. Just with the Icon Daham brand. So they're the same thing, it's just, you know. So we'll test in the dark and see how it looks. Okay, so here we got Mr. Donkey, as usual. You might see him wear a little bit of white there. It's like a little white dot. That's where he's standing right now. So we're gonna turn on the flashlight, the Icon one, and let's see how it does. This could be the lowest at first, decently well. Here's at its highest or medium, then at the highest. And it does feel warm. There's low, medium, high. And it does feel like it warms up immediately when you put it on high. Yeah, it warms up really quick. Give me a minute, I'll bring in the Braun and we'll test that guy out and compare them both. Okay, so now we got the little Braun. You know, so we're gonna compare it, see how bright it is. Here it goes. So here's, I think this is low, and this is the Braun. You can see it's red. Next, that's medium, that's high. Now that looks not too bright as the Icon, but we'll put them both together and we'll see. All right, so I'm gonna start doing this. All right, here we go. Braun. All right, here's start this next one. Icon. Okay, so this is pretty bright. Perfectly fine if you're gonna do it, you know, fix up your cars and stuff a lot. It's perfectly fine. But if you're not, you're gonna do it every once in a while. You know, this guy's better. You could buy 2 of these for the price of this one, you know. But it's up to you almost. These go for $30. You know, these little guys right here. I do have a separate video about that. And this goes for $55. Sometimes they do have these on sale. They go for $22, $25 sometimes. If you want to keep an eye out on one of these, you know, they do have that every once in a while. And this one, you know, they do have it every once in a while. This one's more often. This one's kind of a little more rare. You know, sometimes they don't. So, you know, just giving a heads up. As I mentioned, this is bigger, this is smaller. You know, only the Icon wins because you can recharge it anywhere you want. You know, you can recharge your phone with it using, you know, since the iPhone 15 onwards, they have this now. You can charge your phone with that, so that's pretty good. You know, so in case, perfect for a winter storm. You know, it's not bad. I would highly recommend if you need one, get it. You know, any bad. You know, well, I'll see maybe later down the road if it breaks something on me. Like less than a year, I'll make a video about it. You know, see if they're worth it or not. Because sometimes, you know, I am looking. You know, I do buy some things. And usually I'm trying to find things that are really good, that'll last a while. I don't have to be worrying about anything. If they break immediately I return it back, and I don't want to buy that brand or buy that product ever again. That's what I usually do. So, you know, it's perfectly fine. As I mentioned, you know, it is a bit bigger than the other one, but, you know, they're almost exactly the same, only, you know, different brand names and everything. But yeah, this is a pretty good little, you know, flashlight. I wanted to get one of these, but I was waiting for a coupon to come out, and it finally did, so I got one finally. I might go buy another one and another one of these. We'll see later down the road. But it's a pretty good little flashlight. You know, these little guys are helpful. Sometimes I am fixing, as I mentioned, something in the motor bay, or or need to see something, I got these guys that'll do it for me. But they're pretty good little guys, little flashlights. Alright, well thanks for watching and have a good day. And if you want to save money, in my recommendation, you'll do a lot, just go with this one in my opinion. But if you work more, like you fix up machines and stuff in like dark areas, go with this one in my opinion. But or you just wait for a deal. That's what I usually do for these two. I usually wait for a deal. Alright, well thanks for watching and have a good day.